anyone out there listening, this meeting is being live streamed on YouTube. So anyone out there has seen our beautiful faces, the ginger goat and the long-haired Jesus, bespeckled Jesus, and we are coming in hot, coming in live on YouTube. So all the links are in our things if you want to see our goddamn beautiful bugs, which are nothing to look at, but it makes it a little more interesting when you start seeing I can't actually speak without using my hands. It's kind of sign language, kind of Italian. It's a twofer. It's a lot of gestures, and yeah. Anyway, am I good, John? Do I turn my video on now? Do I not? What do I do? What the fuck do I do, man?
You are good. You can turn your video on.
All right. I guess that happened. And now, look at you. You're all leaning in like an old person. What do I do here?
I have buttons to push. All right, here we go.
It's not so much that he can't see the screen. It's that his eyesight is bad and he can't see the screen. What? Never mind. You're fine. Yeah. Okay, so hey everybody, welcome to the Two-Sided Pod live on YouTube. Thanks for joining. If you like what you're hearing, or if you feel like me and you don't, either way, hit that subscribe. Hit the little bell for the alerts, and you can come and see us anytime you like. And may God have mercy on your soul.
That's right. That's right. Welcome. Abandon all hope, ye who enter here.
Dominus on him. Ye be all right. Jeebus get him. He good. He good. No, man. No, man. No bueno.
All right, should we get into this?
You know what, John? I am just a follower in your footsteps. I'm like, when there's the hardest times in my life, I thought there was one set of footsteps on the beach. And I was like, oh shit, John was giving me a piggyback. That is what I'm talking about. So let's do it.
Well,
baby.
Howdy.
The worst. I know what you're trying to do. I know not only are you trying to emotionally stunt my growth, but you're trying to make this a new thing that everyone knows, that when people say, well, howdy, it's just like, come on down. Or like, we're back in 2 and 2. Easy there, Chuck Woolery. We know what you're trying to do. We don't appreciate it, but we see it. Good on you.
I'm John L. Peacock in Brooklyn, New York. This is my boy Pete out in Southern California, and you're listening to Two-Sided, where every episode I challenge Pete with a bit of the two sides of life, the fun and the serious.
Every episode, I retort back and I say, I am not challenged. This is the right and the wrong, the me and the you, the yay and the nay.
Well, we are jumping right into our very first lightning round, which is going to be a little something special, a little different today.
Okay, I'll be quiet then. Lightning round sounds good, a little different, a little special, because all the rest of them we've been doing have been shit, John. So I'm pretty excited that this will be a turnaround, maybe a deviation from our previous course of disaster. I hope, I pray, from my mouth to God's ears. Let's see what we got going.
So we recently exchanged gifts, my boy Pete and myself, not on, but around Christmas. I am now opening some hot sauces from Hedonist, which was Pete's gift. And Pete got himself a CBS Survivor hoodie that he currently has on, custom made with your name there, my boy Pete. Engraved alongside the amazing symbol of the show you love so much, and which you've literally seen and actually, quite literally seen every single episode.
Worst lightning round ever. We're just going to go through things that we opened. This is like an unboxing challenge, like a little child pulling up Disney toys. Look what I have. My name's John, and I like to open packages. Lightning round.
So-and-so. Yeah, it's gonna be great. So I'm gonna try some of these wonderful hot sauces here on these nuggets that I just warmed up. But as I'm doing that, I just want to ask you your first question for the lightning round there, Pete. You ready?
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm ready for a lightning round. Anything that moves us along with your fucking croquettes. We don't do nuggets. We're not children. We're adults, and we're fancy, and we eat croquettes. Thank you.
All right. Your first question is, which gift in your mind is better?
That's the gift of eternal life from our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. John, do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ? Because if you don't,
I have every moment. I
can give you a pamphlet. It's a flowchart. It's a Venn diagram. It's a topographical map. John, look at the graphs I have made about your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. No, the best gift ever. The better one? Okay, yours. I gave you hot sauces, which are probably the best thing in the world, but those will go away. You gave me a sweatshirt, which is awesome, which will never go away, but it's light colored and I'll stain the fuck out of it in like a week.
Yeah, you will.
So either way, I'm like, we're both kind of shit out of luck.
All right, the first one here is Bliss and Vinegar.
Bliss and Vinegar. This is one of the ones that I really wanted to try because I like heavy based vinegar hot sauces, and I was looking at some of their. We're going to post their website onto our profiles, or not profiles, the Instagram. We'll post them. But these motherfuckers, anyone who watches Hot Ones, it's on YouTube where they eat hot sauce and ask questions. And that place, the Heatness, has all these different hot sauces. And I myself now have bought like 10. I sent John 3. Griff has bought like 3 or 4. So Griff and I are going to do a live a thing on YouTube this weekend. I think. Are you working Saturday, John?
Saturday I am. Sunday I'm not.
Okay. So I'll try and hit him up. I'll try to make sure we do it for tomorrow night. So Friday night, so you're free. Well, no, it'll be late enough anyway. But he's going to bring over all his hot sauces. We're going to get some double fried wings and do our own live and try to like hurt ourselves and make jokes in front of a camera.
Yeah.
Just I mean, it's awful. It's just one of those stupid challenges. Like, hey, you guys want to see me hurt? You want to see my nose run and make funny jokes? Okay, well, you're in luck because that shit's happening.
I'm sure that's what you want to see. The Bliss and Vinegar is good. It's less vinegary than I thought it would be, but the Serrano's and actually the strawberry that's in there comes through.
So it has is it sweet? So it's a little more sweeter. It doesn't have that pungent tang, the vinegar back to it. It's not hot.
It has a little bit. Yeah, it's not hot. No. It's definitely not hot.
Would you call it sweet? Would you call it sweet?
Yeah. Of the hot sauces I've had, this is on the sweeter side.
Okay. Lightning round! John opening gifts! We're going to find out what he likes and what he doesn't like. Worst lightning round ever, lightning guy. I know this is bullshit!
So, second question. What is more... Yes, lightning guy?
I was going to say my mom got me some slippers. Can I open them on camera next? Go on.
Sure, lightning guy. All right, we got house sauce. And while I'm eating that, what is more important in your mind? How many people give you a gift during the traditional gift-giving holidays, or when someone who rarely gives gifts finds something specific and special for you?
Oh, dude, it would have to be the someone who doesn't, because I don't want gifts. I hate getting gifts because if it doesn't mean anything, I feel weird. Like, oh, you got me some candy and a card that says Merry Christmas. Okie dokie. Well, thank you. Hey. Well, I got everyone I know this. I spent $300 on cards and shit candy for 400 people. I'm like, you're the worst person in the world. Like, spreading the Christmas cheer, you're spreading angst. No.
And diabetes.
Oh, little diabito. Come on, we're going to cut your foot off. You can limp back home. Is it Christmas? Not yet. There's still time. You can get your foot transplanted. Diabetes! Go, little man! Limp away! Really, really great Christmas food, by the way.
Well, I know people like that. Like my mom's kind of that way, where it's just, you know, she's got her list and she's got to do it, and it's got to be something no matter what. Like, I'll stop. Let's go to the Walmart really quick. I got to give 5 gifts really quick.
I have to go to the dollar store. I'm spending 84 cents on 400 people. Like, wow. And I'm with that, but then like, okay, so here's the caveat. Hear me out on this, right? So I have one person in my life who gives gifts to everyone, and it's all kind of like, it's a card and a chapstick, but it's literally, and it's just like, here's a little tiny gift bag. Like, cool, it's a gift bag, or like it's nothing, right? But at the same time, like the bag costs more than this. Okay, all right, thanks. Okay, but then I also have someone in my life who, and it kind of went with stocking stuffers, but it kind of, every single thing in the stocking was like, all right, here's like a bar of soap. That's a special bar of soap. Here's a chapstick. Here's some Pez. Here's whatever. But literally every single item is individually wrapped. So when you take your stocking out, I have 150 things to unwrap. This is kind of awesome. And I'm kind of a big deal at Christmas. I got shit to do. So I mean, and granted, it could be like, here's a couple things, but if you take the time to wrap them and do a thing, and like, it means more, because it's like there's a heartfelt versus like, oh, here's my list of everyone I know, my spreadsheet. Like, I need 400 stickers that say Merry Christmas. I need 400 cards that say Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, hallowed be two-sided pod. Those are special orders, by the way. You can get them on a merch store. Right. Only at Christmas, also at Easter. So, there's a fine line, but to me, like, I don't want to I would prefer not to write that line, because then you're like, oh, what did you get us? I got you a bunch of nothing. Or like, hey, my presence is my presence.
That's right.
Or you give like, here's random shit, because I don't want to give a shit gift. I don't want to give like, oh, I got you, here's a gift card. Like, it's like, cool, man, here's $50. I just go in and give people money, but like, that's weird. Oh, you all gave me gifts. Yeah, I didn't get anything. Hold on, get my wallet out. 20. You're pretty cool. You get 100. You're all right. You get 50. You motherfucker owe me 20, so you get 10. And
we're square that back.
Yeah, and we're square. No, we're square. Christmas came early, and we are even for both of us. I win, you win. Yeah, but I would say a good gift from a person that means something, other than like multiple gifts of shit. And like, oh, you like candy? I know you like French fries, so this is French bread. It's the same. It's almost the same thing. And also French onion soup. Do you like? I know how much you like to speak the language. Whoa, come on, man!
You always said you wanted to go to Paris, so I brought Paris to you. French bread, French soup.
And I spit on your grave because your presents are nothing to me. This is how life is in Paris. Wow, you really went out of your way. I'll still do it all night long if you want me to. And also, I got you French fries. Is it French fries for you? Bullshit. No, thank you.
And a latte, a French latte. You're welcome.
In a pear tree. A French latte. Yes, then we come here as a cigarette, and also don't use deodorant because your body odor is fragrant and it makes everyone crazy. Bonjour, ça va bien, ça va. Et toi? Je peux aider, c'est Monsieur Marseille. Okay, sorry, go.
The house sauce was good. It had a little bit of a kick, not much. Still on the milder side for us. A little bit of tingle in my lips, which was nice. I see a theme going though, because it has some of that same bright, almost tomatoey flavors that the piss and vinegar, the bliss and vinegar had.
It's a little fruity. It's like, it's not fruity. It's a little more. It's happy. Okay, so hotheads. I feel like this one. I believe this one will burn you on the back end. It'll have a good flavor, but I feel like this one will have more of a back end.
Yeah, roasted bell and scorpion pepper. Yeah. All right.
The scorpion peppers, and they're not going to use too much of it. But ooh. Yeah, anyone who's watching this, listening to this right now, we're on YouTube Live. You go ahead and smash that subscribe button. It's down your lower left, lower right. I don't know. You could be dyslexic. You could not be. I'm not going to judge. Also, hit that alarm button, the alert, because we go live randomly because we don't plan well. So you always want to be notified when shit is popping off. It's kind of like the Amber Alert system. It's like, there's been a child kidnapped. Two-sided paws going live. Everyone be on the lookout.
You've been warned.
Right. Okay, bro. I don't even know. For Zippy and Mr. V. Hey, fucking cheers, mates. Good to see you. Oh my God, you guys, I love you. Zippy did a thing like they found. I'm sorry, you would appreciate this. In ancient like Mesopotamian, like they found a bong, a beer bong, like something that was used, and they were talking about like, and he was and him and whiskey were like, what? Wait, a beer bong? And can anyone? It's like, okay, I know peace in the audience. Can he fucking chime in? This is right for you. I was like, oh my God, this is my college. Yeah, bro. Yeah. I made like 3. I would go to the fucking hardware store and like, hey Pete, 2 beans in the back. All right, you have any clamps there, Jim? I'm gonna need a funnel, a bigger funnel. Awesome.
Big enough to funnel a 40 there, Pete.
Oh no, it's all about the size of the tube. It's not how much. It's like how drunk you are when you pour into the funnel. That's what I found. It's like you don't need a big funnel unless you're super hammered, and then you need like something to bring the oil in. It's a 4 foot by 6 foot. It's like you just pour it anywhere in the room, and it'll go into this tube. Anyway,
oh, dude, that last one was fantastic. Still got some burn going. Probably might come a little bit more before it starts to go away.
Is it on your tongue, mouth, or is it on the back end on your throat, like after you hit it?
Not so much on the way back, but the back of the tongue is where I'm getting it most right now.
Okay, so it's not a forward. Okay, anyone, you guys, and I'm telling you, watch Hot Ones. Shout out to Hot Ones. Also, they have
shout out to Heatonist, ones who provide all the hot sauce.
Can't really see that; it was too close, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, whatever. It's Heatonist, whatever. Heatonist.com.
Yeah, but. So like literally any hot sauce you can find, it kind of is. It's a little bit addictive. It's kind of like when you were doing model trains and kidnappings, like you couldn't stop doing either one.
That's right.
Very, very addictive. lightning round.
Let's blow through these 2 because those were the 3 hot sauces. Delicious. Thank you so much for that gift. I was going to say mine was better. Maybe yours was better. It's definitely going to be better for the next couple of weeks until it's gone. Then mine will outlast yours.
Oh, well, I know, but you realize I'll wear the shit up. Oh, it is hot. You sniffed. You're sweating. You sweaty son of a bitch. You're like whore in church. See? Hotheads. That was a little better one.
If you have to choose one as your preference, what is your preference between Christmas and your birthday? Go.
Ooh, Christmas.
Why?
I can hide at Christmas. Birthday
that is the correct answer. Yeah.
There's no one else to share shit with. Like, oh, hey, you want to go to? Fuck you! Why are you looking at me?
And finally, why do you think ritualistic gift giving has become a driving part of our society? Last question.
Oh, bro, I blame Hallmark. It is a capitalistic society. We have invented holidays to make more money. We have invented cards and specific presents and specific decorations and specific food to propagate certain holidays and to push them forward, which is great because I love them. Like, I'll eat the goddamn food, but I'm not going to Hallmark. I'm not going to buy a card. And it's like,
right.
Hey, happy bris. Like, what? I don't. sorry your first abortion wasn't as happy as you thought it was going to be. Like, whoa, welcome to America. But we're going to hopefully get those. Yeah, we're going to get those Hallmark cards turned up. We have a whole thing in the Supreme Court. We're going to figure that out. Dude, don't get me going. Okay. Yeah. So
we got a couple of messages. Here we go.
Awesome.
I told you, there ain't no fucking lightning round. It's a fucking trash can round. Trash can lounge. You know, trash can lounge.
After we fired Jennifer and we have no more goodies and accoutrements in the green room, it is now the trash can lounge. It is not the green room. John, I feel like you need to relabel all of them. Welcome to John and Pete's The Trash Can Lounge. Because it's not the green room anymore. We have no more refreshments. There's no more craft services. Thanks, Jennifer.
YOLO! I'm here. I finally guessed the right day.
Right?
Today is Friday, but it's is Thursday. I mean, I'm so smart.
Yes.
Yay!
I'm saying, girl. I'm saying that international time zone, like, but if you fly over here, you actually gain a day in your life. And that is the thing. You keep it. Like, and you can, it's kind of like solar power, solar energy, when if you acquire enough, you can sell it back. So if you get enough life, you can sell it back. I'm pretty sure. I mean, don't quote me on this, but I haven't read up on it, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want these 4 days. You can have them.
We're going to jump into our first segment of the evening. Before we do, I think you might need a shot for this one, Pete, because it's a doozy.
Okay. No, well, I mean, your doozies and my doozies, because now I'm looking at the screen of what we have, and we have the fun and the serious and the fun, and now what you do and how you do it. I feel like I'm going to have more fun with this one than the next one. Although I know a lot about both of them. I mean, not for first-hand experience. I mean, maybe it depends on what you're talking about. John, I'd like you to do a shot to our listeners out there. Zippy, Mr. V, YOLO. Fucking cheers, guys. Anyone on
We'll
YouTube?
edit that last part out.
No, we won't, because they can only hear the screams from your house, not mine.
Yeah,
cheers.
That's right. Cheers, everyone. Well, that was full.
Oh, okay. So once again, anyone out there, thank you so much for watching on our YouTube live. Hit that subscribe button, smash that alert button, do Hulk smash in your house. Like, maybe if you don't even hit the screen, like maybe just smash things. It feels good. It feels better. It's very cathartic. But we're on YouTube live right now if you want to see our beautiful fucking faces. If not, I don't blame you. We have faces for radio. John, let's get serious, baby.
Speaking of people trying to seek catharsis, we're going to talk about serial killers today.
There's the guy who aggressively was attacking all the General Mills cereals. I was like, man, you got a problem with breakfast that needs to be addressed.
Poor rabbit. Yeah, never knew what was coming.
Right. Tricks are for kids, not for murderers. But what are you? I mean, were you talking about? Oh, cereal.
Okay. So
with the
mere
S.
utterance of S serial killers, the words serial killers, usually comes across causes intense imagery, disgust, even morbid fascination, right? So instead of talking about specific serial killers, the ones that they've been creating podcasts for, both episodes and entire seasons, we're not going to look at that. What we're going to look at is we are going to look at the different categories of people who kill, and also why society only deems some of them who have killed multiples to be serial killers, and others many times to be great heroes, pioneers of society.
Whoa, motherfucker. Okay, hold on. So I feel like you've titled this whole episode wrong. It's not about serial killers. It's about You kill 5 people, you're a serial killer. You kill 500, you're a patriot. You're gonna try. You're trying to throw some shit in here, and it's not about serial kill. It is about okay, John. All right, I burst your bubble, but I see what you did. You're trying to lead me down the primrose path, and I will not fall for it today. I'm a learned man, as everyone can see behind me. My house smells of rich Corinthian blur, and this what you're seeing is how my mental mind state is all the time. Very unfortunate. Okay,
That's
go
right.
on, serial killer, and what the difference is. All right. Am I making jokes, or am I going to give you my opinion if I can set you straight? What am I doing?
Yeah,
All right, go.
Uh,
I'm ready. Go.
Dictators
go.
with known kill ratios. We're going to start with a low death count. Pol Pot. So he was the communist leader
Cambodia.
of Cambodia. Yeah.
Pol
Forced
Pot.
those in the cities to relocate to the country. Forced millions to do hard labor in ways that they had no skills for whatsoever.
Yeah, but that is capitalism, because we all lie on our resumes to get jobs we cannot do and are not qualified for.
Right.
Yeah, so I call my boss Pol Pot. Go ahead, continue.
The famines, executions of dissenters, and extreme living conditions directly attributed to between 1.7 and 2.5 million Cambodian deaths, which is roughly 1/5 the population of Cambodia. Next, we have the Turkish military officer and leader of the Young Turk Revolution,
Oh yeah.
Ismail Enver Pasha. So
See,
he was
Pasha-
around for World War I. Yeah.
Yeah, Pasha was okay, and a lot of people don't know about Pasha because we all okay. Go ahead. Sorry, go.
Didn't do so great. Wasn't a great military leader, and especially in the Battle of Shirikamish. So he blamed his failure on the Armenians, which began what is known as the Armenian Genocide, with over 1.2 million killed. The term genocide was coined for this event. This is where we
Right.
get the term genocide.
Well, the whole thing is okay. No, which is really interesting because we don't find words, we don't find definitions, we don't find ways to frame things until it has happened enough. Like there was no. Well, okay. I'm sure you're gonna get into it. I'm always biting off your shit. I feel like you set me up for things and you let me. That was the first time that we had a name for genocide. We didn't have a word for serial killers because they were mass murderers. There was no serial killers until we like, oh, this is a thing, and here's how we go down. Sorry, pressure.
We see he killed not so much the people of his own of Turkey, but the people around Turkey. So Greeks, Armenians, Assyrians. Totaling about 2.5 million. So that 1.2 was just that isolated incident, but that was half of his total deaths. Leopold of Belgium is a guy that I didn't know about until doing this research, and I should have known that people should know more about him because this guy's real messed up. Do you know much about Leopold of Belgium?
I don't. I've heard the name, but I don't know. I didn't know he was one of those guys. And a Belgium.
Yeah. So here's the thing. He was not sanctioned by the Belgian government to do what he did. He did not do it in the name of Belgium. He did it in the name of him. So what he did was he went to Africa and set up what he called a colony, quote unquote, 14 times the size of Belgium, which was known as the Congo Free State, and forced several countries, including the U.S. and Belgium, to recognize him as being able to do this. And it was for his own personal militia is what he was recognized as, not as necessarily as a country, but it was his own personal militia.
Right, but when was this? What year was this? Because this was after World War One, so it had to be. What year was this?
20s. It's the 20s.
Late 20s, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Holy shit. Holy
So
shit.
with
Okay.
without the authority of Belgium, but somehow the backing of the world powers, he enslaved, tortured, executed, and destroyed millions of lives, racking up a death toll somewhere between 2 and 15 million African men and women.
All right. We're moving up the scale, John. Didn't know about him. Put that on the list. No jokes there. Learning things. Don't like it. I'm going to keep drinking. You keep talking.
Hitler's plan racked up 17 million deaths, roughly 6 million of them whom were Jews in the Holocaust, 1.5 Romanis and countless Russians. This we know about. I'm moving past it.
Okay, but no, one thing I have to say that I don't know if because I know you don't keep up on news, but so today was National Holocaust Remembrance Day.
Yeah.
Do you know that? And
I actually didn't. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's really cool stories and things coming out. There was I forget where she was. I want to say she was in Germany, but she was a housekeeper working for a German officer, and she hid 25 or 30 Jews in his basement for 3 years. And he finally found out like halfway through, and she made a deal with him. And I'm not even going to go into what that is, but all 30 people who were in the basement all survived. And the crazy thing, like, it's a beautiful story. So all the people survived. This kid was born. A kid was born during that time in the basement, like in the forest after they ran from the basement. Right? Like, you had time in the basement? Okay, fair enough. Kid was born. He's still alive, and they just showed this, and he met here's the younger woman. Here's pictures of him and her, and he's middle-aged older man. She's an old woman. Yeah. The German officer after the war was done, he went back to his family, but somehow it had been found out that he was helping and harboring Jews. So his wife and kids, like, they disowned him. So they wouldn't let him back in after the war. So he ended up going to live with this family who he had harbored. And he stayed with them for years. And the kid who was born there knew him as grandpa. And that was like, and it's a beautiful story, bro. It's a beautiful story. So all the things about, like, the one thing we know about this time, it's a horrible time, and all the references that people make about it at this time are just inappropriate and shouldn't. Like, it was the worst thing that we know about in our time ever. That it shouldn't be joked about. It should be referenced. But there when you look, especially because today I was looking through, it's National Holocaust Remembrance Day. There's beautiful stories. There are beautiful stories. There is the resilience. There is the love. There is support. All this kind of shit that comes out of it. That, no, you don't want it to come out this way, but it's that whole Pollyanna game. Look on the bright side. This all happened, but here's where we are now, and here's how our lives have been affected post. And it's just it's kind of I ain't fucking Hallmark or nothing, but I feel like there should be a card for that. Sorry about the Holocaust. Glad you came to live with this German officer.
Grandpa, quote unquote.
Grandpa, Oompa, or whatever. Yeah, but look it up. Anyway, look it up that and look it up this. Anyway, so Hitler, 15 mil. He's no Pol Pot. Like, that guy was a walk in the park. Yeah.
Well, I mean, since you brought it up, this actually goes right into it. There's an account of two Netherlands sisters, two sisters from Holland, who during Nazi-occupied Holland, who were luring German soldiers into the woods and killing them, and they racked up a good like a half a dozen or like a dozen between them body count, and one of them completely got away with it. And told her story later in life. So again, what are the circumstances that make somebody, like, that was a serial killing, right? the statistic. Moving on. Between the pogroms and the Great Purge, Joseph Stalin racked over 20 million Russian deaths, and that does not include the 23 million Russians who died during World War II.
And yeah, he didn't do that. Okay. Yeah, you can't throw in World War II for Stalin's deaths.
No, purely his own. His own was 20 million, and then another 23 died in the war. Yeah,
I mean, it's pretty impressive. All right, 20 mil for Stalin. Okay.
And then finally, hopefully finally, the Cultural Revolution's Mao Zedong, who said, "Hold my beer to the rest of them," and his communistic dictatorial policies and political purges caused up to 78 million Chinese deaths between 1949 and 76. And he's still wildly popular as a savior in China, even today.
It's all about publicity. It's all about perspective. It's all about, but a lot of people aren't. But if you look at that, you're saying he's a wildly popular savior, but that is the words you're hearing. That is from the propaganda you're hearing. When you see grassroots movements of things that are happening in China, God damn you, John. This isn't about serial killing. This is about political movement and How dare you? I thought we were in a good jaunt down the serial killer highway of all my favorites. But no, we got to get political with this son of a bitch.
Yeah, I know you'd like that other one too much. I couldn't go that route. I couldn't do it.
Come on, man. Give me a good skin wearing guy. It puts the lotion on the skin. John, you get your ass.
We've gotten through the hard part, Pete. That is by far the biggest death count. So I'm going to refer to for the rest of the night, and the most political, obviously, because it's coming from those men and those moments, right?
No, I'm good. But I'd still like you to talk about Jeffrey Dahmer at the end, just for a second. But keep going. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Because war is something that immediately causes this war crime mentality in so many different cases. No one is innocent. We definitely aren't. No one is. I'm not going to go into that part. Whether it's someone having human life cost for personal profit, like Halliburton comes to mind, or just those wanting to kill, and they're able to do it because it's wartime.
Right. No, 100%. Like, that's one thing. But how about you don't talk about what you're not going to talk about, and you just talk about what you're going to talk about?
Okay.
Because when you talk about it, I'm not going to talk about it. I don't want to say anything about the fact that I believe the earth is super, super flat and all you rounders can get the fuck out of here. I'm not going to say that. So I'm going to move on to talk about a round earth world that you fuckers live in. Like, come on, bro. Come on. But also,
so instead, we are going to talk about killing in the name of science.
Killing in the name of science!
Walter Freeman did for lobotomies what Henry Ford did for the cars. He simplified the process and made them accessible to the masses.
Oh, dude, I know about Walter Freeman. Walter Freeman was a brilliant man with a misplaced idea of what could be done with the world and how to fix it. He would do, come on in, frontal lobotomies in 10 minutes. No inpatient, like walk-in fucking lobotomies.
10 minutes or less are your money back guaranteed.
Oh,
so this quote-unquote innovation of his was that instead of drilling through the top of the head, he just shoved an ice pick into the eye socket and swung it back and forth until it severed the limbic system connecting the frontal lobe to the rest of the brain.
Oh,
that was his operation.
Yeah. That's what we call innovation. Necessity is the mother of invention, John. And we don't have time for drilling around here. We got ice picks, we got eyes. Let's put the two together and see what we come up with. You feeling better now? No? Can you walk? No? You'll be fine. Walk it off.
We have to call it innovation because we can't call it surgery because he was not a surgeon. He did not have any surgical training.
Bro, but back then, when we're talking about medical shit, anybody could say, like, I'm a doctor. And, like, I went to school for 6 months, and I'm a doctor. Like, everybody. And that is how he got away with it instead of being prosecuted. Like, you, bro, I promise you, I tried to stick an ice pick into 2 people's eyes, and I've been in court for, like, 8 months. It's ridiculous. And I was like, they call me the modern day Walter Freeman. He was like, no, you're not. I was like, yeah, that's going to be my whole fucking backup case.
Yeah. So he traveled around like an evangelist in a van that he called the lobotomy van, visiting asylums and touting lobotomies as a miracle cure.
I thought it was the lobotovan.
Lobotovan. You're right. That is correct. Sorry, I looked at it quickly. You are correct.
Yeah. No, I know your dyslexia strikes again. John, if you just lean in, I have this ice pick that will clear that right up. Dink, 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 dink. Oh.
He was a showman at heart, and he frequently entertained crowds by doing 2 lobotomies at the same time, one with his left hand, the other with his right, because he was ambidextrous.
All right, somebody get my shoes. I'm also part of orangutan. I'm going to do 4 at a time. Give me a banana when I succeed, or spring me with a hose if I kill someone. I don't know. I feel like...
And he did kill people. He did kill several people.
Bro, 100%. But did he do the four-hander? Did he get a banana? If he did the footobotomy?
Unfortunately, he did not do the footobotomy.
All right. I'm going to leave all the facts to you. You are the one with all the information. I am merely asking questions. I am the Tucker Carlson of this fucking podcast. Is that how it did? Did he not have 4 limbs that he had to use? Could he not have used 4 at a time, John? I don't know. We'll see later.
I'm just asking questions.
I'm asking questions. Fucker, I'm going to get some ice. Let's make a cocktail. Keep going. I'm excited about your serial. No, keep going. Serial killer. Go.
A couple thousand lobotomies over the course of 20 years, killed a couple dozen people, and was never charged with one murder or accidental death. Yeah.
That's par for the course with our society back then. Don't
this is the 40s through the 60s, so it's really not that far long ago.
No, the 40s were. The 40s and 50s were. The 40s and the 50s were a different time. 60s, that's when we changed and our ideas changed, and people like, oh, wait. But right now, it's like, don't get me started on the court cases about trying to scramble people's brains. I was like, it's not a lobotomy. I was just mainly pithing them. Science, baby. Science.
Like his contributions to lobotomies, which there were, and also Thorazine came as a result of it. It was classified as the liquid lobotomy or the chemical lobotomy, and has really helped with mental disorders and seeing them as connected to physical chemical imbalances. It's terrible that it went that way, but like I said, science was expanded because of it, just like with the Nazi doctors who...
Keep going. I can just interject and say, whoa, shit, John.
Who performed many unethical experiments resulting in problematic but valuable medical knowledge, like how to treat hypothermia, the perfection of shock therapy.
And even that, dude, like the thing is, because we're trying to say in that vein, the ends justify the means. But the Manhattan Project, we had German scientists from Nazi Germany helping with the atomic bomb. Like, what the? Who wouldn't have been there otherwise? Right? No, but we're helping. No, we're not. No. Everybody, get on your fucking grass skirts. Get your goddamn spears. We're going to the forest. We're figuring this shit out. We're not coming out until we Ooga booga booga booga. Figure it out. No more technology. You sons of bitches. All right, but we're gonna have 2 pubs, right? Oh, we're definitely having booze. Like there will be that's happening. We're gonna be fucked up. But grass skirts, you sons of bitches.
Which is a perfect segue into our next section, which is cults.
Okay, we're still going. Serial killers, and now we're in cults. Okay, good.
Yeah. So we had dictators, we had war, we have killing in the name of science. Now we have cults. And you love cults. We're getting into this thing. No. See, I started with the hard. I'm getting more into your.
You're getting very. That was me honking when I drove by. I was like, John, hurry up!
James Jones and Jonestown topped this list in my mind, where in 1978, over 500 people killed themselves and others as instructed to by Jones. He started out as a minister in San Francisco.
Yeah, no, he did. I'll just clarify. Over 500 people killed themselves because he said so. There was proof that a lot of the people were killed who did not want to be killed.
Correct.
So a lot of them
that's why I said killed themselves and others. So the loyal made sure that the disloyal got killed before then they drank the Kool-Aid, as that term was created by this incident.
Damn it. Genocide, Kool-Aid, serial killer, all the good words that I use in my day-to-day have been... Okay, sorry, go ahead.
So it was a white minister preaching to a predominantly black congregation with liberal and progressive ideals. He called this the People's Temple, and it was in San Francisco. But he got paranoid because media was starting to pay attention to him, so he moved his operations down south to Guyana, just east of Venezuela, and set up Jonestown. Now, decades later, survivors of Jonestown still remember this being part of a church and organization that they devoted a good portion of their lives to. Quote, "The people were incredible," says John Clancy, who worked with the Temple newspaper. "People were capable of committing themselves to something outside of their own self-interests. We, all of us, were doing the right things, but in the wrong place for the wrong leader."
Yeah, no, literally, that is how I feel. Like I'm committing myself to this show. I don't feel like I should. We're gonna be rated at some point, John. We shouldn't. You are definitely in the compound. Anyone who's on our YouTube, if you're watching, smash that subscribe, hit that alert button. But look at John in his compound. There is padding around him, and he has food and water for 60 days for 22 people. So. Look at our profiles for his address if the end times come. Back to you, John.
Because you love it so much, I have to bring in Nexium. As a counterpoint.
That's my shit. That's my shit. Okay, so I do not propagate. I do not support any kind of cults, any kind of anything. But you guys. Nexium, the stupid cult, the guy who went to jail forever and like who all the people are going to jail.
Yep.
It was super good. It was super good until if you just stop short of the sex trade and the branding of slaves. If you stop short of that, like so inspiring, so good. All of this, I feel the best about myself I ever have. And then but of course, if you're a leader and I have them feeling good, you might as well brand them. You might as well brand them. What is that about, John? Jesus Christ. What is that about?
So I have to ask, is Keith better than Jim Jones because there were no mass murder by his brainwashed minions? Or is he better than Manson? Or is Manson better than Jones, who never killed anyone, even though he even threw his girls under the bus by saying they did what they wanted to do when they killed those at the Tate residence? To help spur up a race war. Or was Applewhite of Heaven's Gate better than all of them and not considered a serial killer because he killed himself alongside his 38 followers who all committed suicide because he said they weren't dying, they were just leaving their earthly body vessels behind.
Right. No, with that, John, allow me to get my white tennis shoes on and speak from the heart here, Applegate style. Anyone who knows about good cults and all the good Applegates, Heaven's Gate had white tennis shoes. Isn't that right, Doe? That is right. I know about my Colts, bro. I can fuck with some Colts. My thing is, I don't think if it doesn't result in death, because you can, the thing is, he stole their minds to do horrible shit, Raniere.
Yeah.
But like you're right there on the cusp. You could do anything you want, but all he wanted was money, power, and sex. And it's like, okay, that's not okay. That's horrible, and you need to go to jail for all your life. But it's not. It's better than like, all right, I got all these people. You go kill people and kill yourselves, and you kill people, and then go kill like anything that results in the loss of your life or the loss of other people's lives. To me, is more detrimental. You're in the same boat mentally, and like what you're able to do. But fucking man, like he didn't pull that trigger, and like anyone who was fucked up in Jonestown was like, dude, come on, pop off. Don't do that shit. Stop it. Get out of your own fucking head. Same people with like, all right, I'm feeling really good about my job prospects. I'm living here. This is great. Cool. Get naked. I'm going to brand you. Well, you know what? Maybe we talk about this. Maybe we fucking talk about this. Get out of your own head, but it's less detrimental to your future existence. So I'm still a pen pal with Keith Nere, and I've gotten some really good marketing tips from him. And I'll share those with you, John, later. For only the smoke price of $49.95 and your soul is what he said. But I'm just going $49.95 right now.
Will there be volleyball?
Oh, there will be blood. Volleyball.
This is a good point to stop and grab some of these messages because they're wrapping up, and we're moving into the thrill kill, which is what is traditionally known as the serial killers.
Which is what we're going to have happen if you keep talking to me like this. Continue.
That's right. There we go.
Thank God.
Oh, thank God.
Press the button, Max.
Press the button. So we're like, speaking of serial killers, right? And obviously you've all heard of Ted Bundy, American serial killer. But you know what? He's like, when I associate like serial killers and Ted Bundy, I always think Al Bundy as well. I mean, to be perfectly honest, Ed O'Neill, his facial expressions and everything in Married with Children, is that of like a serial killer? And to be perfectly honest, if I was a woman's shoe salesperson to deal with women like that every day, putting shit on their feet, making sure they're the right size, dealing with the skinkiness, like, oh, look at those make feet. Yeah, I'd probably be a serial killer too. So I reckon that Ted Bundy and Al Bundy are actually one in the same.
Okay, we got halfway there. I feel like this was a cry for help. This was, he says like, oh, it's all about shoe salesmen. He's like, oh, Ted Bundy, Al Bundy. He has a wife and kids and all that stress and his facial expressions. Like, man, are you gonna be a serial killer? Should we? I know you don't work at a shoe store, but I feel like all the other things you said right up to that point, you're like, I totally agree with him. Like the shit he deals with at home is enough to fucking make bodies. Like
all the grinding. I mean, shoes.
Right? Should we call someone? I mean, I'm not going to, but should we call someone? Right. I need maybe a young priest and an old priest because it sounds like you crazy.
Yeah, John's just started doing quote unquote amateur surgeries because that's what it is. We call it amateur when you're not a professional, right? So he's doing amateur surgeries on Pete. He's hammering a fucking crown up his nose, and Pete's like, "Oh, extended warranty. How can I lose?"
Exactly. Bro, I'm telling you, I bought the extended time lapse books, do it yourself root canal, and I've only made it through chapter 6. My teeth hurt like a motherfucker. I'm bleeding profusely, but I'll read the rest of it and I'll figure out how to figure this out. But home surgery, do it yourself, all that shit, mate, I'm with you.
Yeah, no, it's not a lobotomy. In my defense, it is certainly not a lobotomy. They were picked for science.
I believe you meant if you dip too hard with that ice pick, you were blinded by science. It severed the ocular nerve, and oh shit, I was blinded by science.
By science.
Thanks. You blinded me with science. With science.
I can just imagine the Germans helping with the atomic bomb. Atomic bong. Atomic bomb. You can use that if you like, Pete. So I can just imagine the Germans helping with the atomic bomb. They're like, no, do not cut that. Do not cut that in half. It'll become unstable. And they're all up there, dead, in like the next level of existence, next plane of existence, and the German scientist is like, I told you it would be unstable. And the Americans just like, yep.
Yes, maybe you should take the bigger bomb and you pack the ball into it. Yeah, and now hit it. Do not cough. Yeah, everyone will laugh at you if you cough. Do not, but it is the big bong. What is that? What? It is a bomb? Okay, do not hit it as hard, but everyone will still laugh at you if you cough when it explodes. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good.
As you were talking about the cults, I heard about, like, it was really weird. It was like interrogation, like the policemen were talking with these cult leaders, and it was like really long interrogation. Like it was for like 10 years, and they killed. It was girl, and she married someone with children, and they divorced, and then he died, and they didn't like really make some of it. And later, like 5 years later, she remarried, and she had another friend, which she said like, oh, let's do this, and they killed like their children and other fathers, and it was like weird.
Whoa! Tell you.
Was that the Black Widow? I heard about that killer who she. I don't think that was, because I think those were all much older men, so it wasn't men with young children.
Yeah, no, that. Oof. Dude, there's some crazy shit out there. It's like, and unfortunately, John, this is what is propagated. And you can see it because all the reports and all the podcasts and all that. Like, if you see things now, there's like, oh, the newspapers are not going to name a name of a killer. They're not going to use a name. They're not going to use a picture because they want it to be known that it's not going to give you infamy, because people are now seeing these things like, oh, I'm going to do this and my name will be somewhere and my picture will be somewhere. I'm like, oh no, we're not doing that. See, I think you can no longer climb a clock tower with a high-powered rifle to get the infamy and fame you need for all eternity. Now you need to do a stereo show with a goddamn ginger who doesn't understand timing. And then, sir, if you conquer that, the sky's the limit. Statues galore. You can't remove this from the fucking courthouse steps. Two-sided podcast. Statue stays here forever. I got nothing.
So, as I said, we're moving into what is commonly identified by most as a serial killer. So serial killer is kind of still a nebulous term. The FBI were the ones who came up with it, as you were talking about, but it is now considered the unlawful homicide of at least two people carried out by the same person or persons on separate events during
events,
right, at different times. Correct.
And with it's premeditated. So that is the thing. It's not It's because there are people in the world who have assaulted and ended the lives of multiple people, but in the moment, in necessity, and we're not talking about Pol Pot, we're not talking about in cults, we're not talking about that, but in day to day, like Joe Schmo, I'm nobody doing nothing, but I'm in a situation where it's me or him, and this person goes. And then the next person, it's me or him, and this person goes. And this person, me or him. Like, the whole idea is like, oh, shit, you got an unregistered gun. How many bodies that gun got? Like, I don't know. There are things happening where you're not okay, you're a killer. You're not you. The person is not a serial killer. They are putting themselves into situations where they will be killed if they do not kill someone else or shoot someone else. Or
organized crime is a big thing.
Correct.
That would cause this.
Correct.
Right.
Exactly. Same thing.
Yeah.
Sammy the Bull, like the Whitey, all of them. All like the idea of that. Like, yeah, you got a body count, but you're not a serial killer. It's just that's what I got to do.
Right.
How do I get by day to day versus a person who gets some like, you know what? I think I need to wear someone's face and eat some human adrenal gland.
Right.
Yep. Today's the day. That's
and it has to be carved out of a living human body. That's correct.
Oh, yeah, because that's how it's flesher and more flavorful.
Right. So we mentioned serial murder. The term was popularized in the 1970s by Robert Ressler, an investigator for the Bureau Science Unit of the FBI. And it was originally defined as involving at least 4 events that take place at different locations and separated by a cooling off period. Like I said, that has been since adjusted to 2 at 2 different events, 2 different times.
Right, exactly. It was like, and he's not the Robert Ressler. He's great, but he's like the poor man's version of the Robert Redford. Like he is not as good a salad dressing as the Redfords.
Right. Exactly.
No, sorry, that's Newman. Anyway, they were both in, the hole in the wall gang from Wyoming. Cool hand. Okay, sorry, go. You're good. This is where we do weird associations. Go ahead. Cheers.
So this definition of the FBI's has been faulted because it excludes individuals who commit 2 murders and are arrested before they can commit more, and the individuals who commit most of their murders in a single location. Because it said originally it was 2 different locations. It had to be multiple locations. It could not be in the same location. So if the murder house of the turn of the century, 18 to 1900s, during the World Fair.
Right. World Fair, right.
All the murders happened in that house.
One place. So he's not a serial killer because it was one place. So they changed the definition because, okay, it's different times versus different. So that could be a span of a week, a day, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, a choice. But see, it's so vague. What is your definition of is, John?
I know that so as opposed to political assassinations, terrorism, and professional murders committed by gangsters, serial murderers are assumed to kill for motives such as sexual compulsion or even recreation, the thrill kill. In many cases, these killings are thought to give the murderers a feeling of power, which they may not have otherwise.
Okay. Yeah, all the things you're saying is like, yeah, there's no joke there. It's like, yeah, these are the kind of people who stand in line at the grocery store and buy the impulse buys. Like, I need that candy, I need that National Enquirer, I need that magazine, I need this candy, I need those lighters, I need all the things that are standing in front of me. Impulse, like, I need you to die now so I feel better. I would like to see you scream.
I need all blondes to be dead.
The same thing with me and gingers. Right, I know. But sometimes you gotta harness that energy and you put it towards good quality use, like community service or court-ordered community service or time in prison. Whatever it is, you just focus that energy and you get it out of your system. Stupid. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We're on YouTube Live, also in stereo, as well as stereo. Smash that subscribe button. Hit that alert button. We go on live all the time. Come on, folks. All the profiles in your profile. I got nothing, John. I got
all the profiles in our all the links are in our profile. Two-Sided Podcast for YouTube, at Two-Sided Pod for all of our Instas and Twitters and everything else. And twosidedpod@gmail.com is our email address.
Exactly. And Towns of Fish, people with a barrel. Right. Fish in a barrel. We'll get them.
Now, with all that, it's led up to, I've left it somewhat open. I have a couple of things about a couple of people, and I know you want to talk about Dahmer and possibly others, so I'm going to give you the floor.
No, I want no floors. I want no, because I don't know where you're going with this. Like, you're like, here, granted, it's a serious, so we're talking about, like, let's talk murder. Are we the murder cast now, John? Is that what we're doing? Is that what's happened? Because John L. Peacock, so help me, Dahmer was almost, as a serial killer, almost good. Like, almost like luring him in, kill him, and eat him. Like, yeah. Where's the evidence? No evidence. Oh, my God. And, okay, I know we've had this conversation. You know we have said we should split a side of beef and get a freezer together for cows and steaks. A human is like a side of beef, bro. You could eat that in a month. So, I mean, I'm not going to say, yeah, kudos, but like logically, he was onto something. It was mainly the continually killing and letting him go and storing all the shit and not eating it right away that fucked him up. Time and place, bro.
He is known as a very classical serial killer. A lot of our definition of what a serial killer is comes from him. He grew up would pin butterflies to corkboards while they were still alive. He would dissect animals at a very young age.
Oh, okay. I was with the butterflies and the moths. Like I'm down for. My words fail me because I want to say episiotomy, but I know that's not the right word because that's when you cut from the vagina to the taint. That's not good.
No
bueno. Epidemiology. No. Yeah, there we go. Bugs, baby, bugs. See, it takes a village to raise an idiot like this. I'm down with I'm down with that word you said.
Epidemiology.
Yep. Because they said, and the thing is that the understanding in the whole scientific world, and I'm not saying good things about, I'm not making an excuse for them, but insects do not have the capability to feel pain. They don't have the pain sensors. So like, if you're doing a bug collection, a moth collection, like, yeah, pin them on a board. Usually there's like, my sister was into it. She had a mason jar that had plaster of Paris with some weird, like, does this smell like sleepy to you? I mean, the things that we use at the bar, John. No, we're not alive. Okay. But the thing, like, and she'd like catch them in her net and put them in there and they'd go to sleep and then she'd take them out and pin them. Like, they're still alive. They're just sleepy.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. They can't feel anything. Doesn't matter. So in that level, like, come on, man. But dissecting animals, nope. Birds, nope. Anything living, nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Central nervous system. That's where the line is drawn.
I've always looked at you as my central nervous system, John. When I lose my way in life, and I don't know where my bearings are. I was like, is this right or wrong? And John's like, mm-hmm. He shakes his head slowly, and his ginger locks flow around his. I'm like, that seems like I shouldn't do that or say it. Go on, tell me about all of your other serial killer friends, John. Jesus Christ. This is a rough one.
Zodiac Killer. You know much about him?
I know a lot.
That person.
Are we talking the one in Southern California? Because I have a. No, the Zodiac. Yeah.
Zodiac was San Francisco, wasn't he?
Yeah, no, Zodiac. So small. This is the smallest world we live in. I don't know if I've ever told you this, and like you can talk to my dad about it. The Zodiac Killer killed. There was a couple up in. It was up in the Napa Valley, lakes. Shit, I forget the name. Lake something. Anyway, it's not funny. They were college age people, and the woman, the female ended up being killed, and the man ended up living. He was the first one who had identified Lakes not Superior. Shit, it starts with an S. It's gonna hit me in 100 minutes. Anyway, his name is Brent something. He ended up moving to Sacramento. My dad knew him. He was a defense attorney. My dad knew him. It turns out his girlfriend who was killed was the sister of my girlfriend's mom in junior high. So Lake Berryessa is the name of the lake they were at. So it was up where my sister went to college in Angwin in Napa Valley. They were at Napa in the Napa Valley Angwin area, and they went to Lake Berryessa. And she was killed, and he worked with my dad. I dated her sister's daughter. Yeah. So pretty much, I gave my DNA and said, I'm associated, but I'm not involved.
You're not but you're not the.
Right, and I insisted on giving a lot of DNA. I was like, do you need more? And she's like, no. I told you the story in confidence. Like, do you need more DNA? Like, I know that's a horrible joke.
Also just blood. Only blood.
Yeah. God, this isn't Game of Thrones. I just need a piece of hair. Jesus Christ, you animal.
So you're right. Between the ages of 16 and 29 were his victims. And it was 5 victims and 2 injured. So he was the first of
Brent
who escaped. Right.
And my dad's like, after that, I shouldn't talk out of terms. Some guy's like, yeah, the guy's a real asshole. He wrote a book, but he was a lawyer, and my dad worked with him and like whatever. Yeah. Like, yeah, asshole. Anyway, look it up.
So he was known as the Zodiac Killer because he gave encrypted messages to the police, and only one of those was able to decrypted. It was they were able to figure out the puzzle, and it said, "Killing people is so much fun. It's even better than killing wild game in the forest because man is the most dangerous animal. To kill gives me the most thrilling experience. It is even better than getting your rocks off with a girl." End quote.
See, but that's what they thought the first one was. So I will say nay to that because no one's ever been able to figure out his
cipher.
And then it came out literally in the last year that, here's this group that figured out the cipher, and this is what all of them say. And there's like, no, it didn't. Yes, it did. No, it didn't. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, it could be, because that's the thing is like, you're first off giving support to like, here's this fucking insane person that is smart enough to build a cipher that is constant throughout all the messages.
Right.
What if you're fucked up? Yeah, you build a cipher, but it's different for everyone. John, I promise you my cipher for every one of our fucking lightning rounds is different. I'm a goddamn genius when it comes to it, but I'm a goddamn different cipher. Sorry. I had no idea what that means. Okay, go.
So we know Son of Sam did his Summer of Sam with saying that the dog did it. But another group that I thought was really interesting, the Brooklyn Thrill Killers. You hear about this? This is the 1950s. It was a gang of teenage boys who, during the summer of '54, killed 2 men, one by drowning, the other by beating to death, and committed acts of assault and torture against several others in Brooklyn, where I'm at. But they said, oh, it couldn't have been these young boys. It must be their comic books. And so Media Frenzy was all about the horrors of comic books and not looking at the mental health. Yep.
That's the same bullshit that we went through in the fucking 80s with, it's the heavy metal. It's the Megadeth, Marilyn Manson, not
play it backwards.
Play it backwards, but it was the heavy metal music that caused all this shit. Late 80s, early 90s.
And Manson with Columbine. Manson was directly connected to the killers of
right, but even before Manson, because they had because Manson was Columbine, but we had the fucking huge rage before him, and that was a leftover. Yeah, ugh. Stupidity runs rampant, bro.
The last
I'd like
one
to say that we're
about.
Go.
1931, Sylvester Matuska, a clinically insane man, had placed high explosive charge on a railroad on a bridge in Hungary. The charge was set off under a passenger train headed from Budapest to Vienna, and shortly after midnight, and it pushed the locomotive and 6 cars off the bridge. It was later revealed that Matuska had no specific plans to kill anyone. He just wanted to blow up the next train that came around, for his own amusement.
Okay. So I would disagree that that's a serial killer. That's this insane person. That's a terrorist attack with no manifesto. It's not someone who's aggressively trying to get people for their own personal gratification. They're trying to make destruction. They're anarchy with no realization of what's happening after, which is a great video game. I feel like we could really focus on that. Anyway, but
well, it's like the people who are mentally ill who push people off the tracks into the subway. Happens about once a year, twice a year.
No, it's happened 3 times this year with you.
And almost always they say, I didn't mean to hurt the person. I just really wanted to push them.
Yeah. And did you see what Adams was saying? It was like, hey, everybody, we can't put things up like Europe does, or there's other, because of the necessity. It's like old tracks and old things. They can't put barriers up. So he's just like, okay, everybody, stay away from the edge. Yeah, that's what my mom would say back in the day. Like, okay, well, don't fall forward when there's no seatbelts in the car. Just don't fall.
Right.
Okie dokie. Jesus.
So my posit is this mental illness that you say is not indicative of serial killing, but of, just something a little haywire, and society. And the combination of the two, I think that's a major reason why mass shootings have gone up. Are basically daily in America at this point, almost daily, if not daily, for many weeks on through a stretch. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. It's a pressure cooker. You have unanswered medical health issues, mental health issues, and we have unanswered gun control, and we have so much societal input, and just look at the pressure cooker. Like, go out your side of your house, man. Walk from your house to the subway, and you're gonna see some shit. It's like, yeah, it's not my shit. It's my neighborhood. But like, imagine living here, and this is where I stoop every day, and I come here in front of this bodega, and this is my shit. The shit I see every day, right? And like, what is that pressure cooker like, man? For how many people in this country? It just, of course, shit's gonna pop. Of course, like it just.
And when it pops, and like you were saying, we're starting to not show the killers. We're starting to not show and give the names to eliminate that quote unquote fame that some could perceive it to be. And it's an attempt to stop this cycle, because it's more shootings, more normalization of shootings, more shootings, more normalization of shootings. And that's the cycle that we've gotten to at this point.
Right. And that's, I mean, unfortunately, that is, and people can't see it. Then the majority of the arguments, people want to see things with the rhetoric of the back and forth of this side of the fence, that side of the fence. It doesn't matter. Yeah. It's not a political thing. It's now our entire society has now become divided. We are polarized. So, oh, you want to fucking argue? I'm going to take my earrings off. So I'm going to hold my baby. I don't even know what it's about, but I have a difference of opinion with you. We're not talking about it. We're arguing about it. And that's the norm. Like when you see people have understanding, it's like, oh my God, a slow clap, and they get a fucking wreath and laurel and a fucking handshake. Like,
Nobel Prize, something.
Right? This is, I'd like to offer you a laurel and hearty handshake. It just
for all the 80-year-olds in our audience, it's a good one.
Whoa. Mel Brooks is timeless. And if you don't fuck with Blazing Saddles, you don't fuck with us. Two-sided pod, stamp of approval. Right. Blazing Saddles. Well, excuse me while I whip this out. Go ahead, John.
Well, that's what I want to end on. You know, is this so much of looking at the insanity of a specific person, or looking at the sanity of a society? You know, how can we move in the other direction? How can we stop the cycle? How can we bring us to a more insane society?
Dude, I enjoy your thought process. I enjoy your entertaining. But I've called the authorities for you bringing this idea, and they're going to take you away. Ha ha! They're coming to take you away. The big white man's in the white man in the big white coats. They're coming to take you away. Ha ha! No, motherfucker. But I unfortunately, I feel like even like, and I'm not gonna classify myself with the normal, sane, forward-thinking people of the world. They are my betters. I have good intentions. I am not the best. You want a good worder? Date an English guy. You want a ball thrown far? I'm your man. Like, I know my place in the world, right? But at the same time, I just feel like we're kind of almost too late. Like, there's no way. Like, society is so broken that we're not going to find all the people who are falling through. We could have. There's so many cracks, and there's so many people falling through them, that even if you shore up all these cracks, all right, you still got more than you've ever had 20 years ago.
Right.
And we don't have any regulation on any way that they're going to hurt themselves or other people. And that propagates with all this other, like, it just, okay.
The holes in the dam are too many. You don't have enough fingers anymore to plug them all up.
I prefer to use the word dike. It's the old, the old Dutch boy putting his fingers in the dike. Well, did she give you consent, my little Dutch friend? Oh, yeah, she did. Better make it two here.
We got a lot of messages to
pop them. Are we done? Are we done with this one? Thank God.
Yeah, this will
pop the messages. Pop the messages and summation.
I also just wanted to mention, I don't know if you knew about it. It's, I think in World War I, it happened, like, I know the Germans and the, like, US, when they were fighting, like, it was, like, really tough, but you said, like, there were, like, some beautiful moments, and I know that it was one Christmas Eve, and the soldiers, like, they decided not to fight, and they were, like, literally with the enemies.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Spending the time and playing, I don't know, football, and it was
amazing.
Like, oh my God, they're humans. Like, why are we in war? Like,
they don't want to be.
I don't understand why people fight in wars. And for example, what's happening in Ukraine right now.
Fuck.
It's like
That is
I
no. That shit is awful. Like, but no, it's the same thing. It's like the people who are doing the work don't want to do it, and it's like, oh, we're here because we don't want to be here, and like, oh, we're all human. There's a beautiful song. I'm not a huge fan of country music. I love classic country music, like old Willie Nelson and like
Johnny Cash,
and like old. But there's a song. There's a Christmas song by Garth Brooks. Okay. The only reason I know it because when we were in college, there was a dude who was in chorus with us with me. Jason or whatever, he was a fucking Arizona redneck, like good old boy, but had a voice of an angel, like beautiful. And he sang at our show, he sang this Christmas song, and it was about when the soldiers came out of their trenches, and it kind of had a Silent Night chorus, but it was not Silent Night. But yeah, Garth Brooks, but that whole thing, man, yeah, there's good people and there's beautiful moments, and if you stay true, like, you got to do what you got to do, but at the same time, like, why do we have to do it? Why are we doing it? Why are we? And I guess that's my rub, John. I guess I don't see enough people asking that question, and like, let's stop in this, not war, not anger, but just this vitriol, this angst that we're perpetuating against. It used to be like each other. No, it used to be like, I'd see you on the street and was like, fuck that ginger. I'd go on my merry way and wish hurtful thoughts on you quietly to myself.
That's right.
And now I do a show with you and try to belittle you in public twice a week. This is ridiculous. Sorry, John. I was trying to make a funny reference there. I adore you. Play it.
What? What? That doesn't make John your central nervous system. It makes him your fucking conscience, you dickhead.
Easy there, Jiminy Cricket. I'll slow you. Oh, I don't know about that there, Geppetto.
guys, I'm leaving you because
Okay.
Hello.
And also we got the celebration.
That's tomorrow. Chuck some candies.
Something on you to tell you that you're graduating. It's like this ceremony, so I have to wake up early.
Fuck that. Oof. Get ready to go, girl. Yeah.
Interested in. I don't know if you do makeup, but if you
do you see this face?
I don't think so. So I just have to go, to have my face fresh.
Look at that.
This is important, but I just wanted to say it. Okay, so good night. Bye-bye. Love y'all.
YOLO, Bobo. Love you, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. Good luck tomorrow. So glad. Congratulations on the party and the graduation. Also, I do makeup. If you tune into our YouTube live, smash that subscribe button, hit that alert button. Also, John is a ginger, and that is not a filter. That is a true representation of my ginger friend. So, all makeup, all the time.
That's right. A fake alias, which is the true self.
A fakiest.
Right, a fakiest. Here we go.
It was great being a kid in the Satanic Panic during the 80s.
Right.
They would literally give you playlists in church. They'd be like, and don't listen to Judas Priest, or Motley Crue, or Black Sabbath, or this or that. Definitely don't listen to British Steel. It's their best album. I mean, their worst. You know what I mean? It's the funniest shit. There was a book that they handed out at church called Hell's Bells.
Yeah!
That is still one of my go-to music Bibles to this day. Check it out if you ever come across it.
Bro, 100%. I feel like we might have gone to the same church because it's like, I would go to church and like, I need to listen to that album. I need to listen to this. So everything you say, these are the things I need to listen to. Do not do Fair enough. It's just the same thing as when you get medication from the doctor. It's like, it's 1 to 2 pills every 4 to 6 hours, and don't take with alcohol. And I say,
not take it with alcohol.
And I say, it's 4 to 6 pills every 1 to 2 hours, and take it with alcohol. Why do they say that? Doctors don't want you to have fun, man. Fuck them. Let's party, baby. See where we get out on this road.
I mean, a lot of mental health issues can't be prevented, but I think one of the main things that would help, especially with school shootings, is curbing the patriarchy, toxic masculinity, and encouraging men and boys, especially young boys, to be able to healthfully express their emotions.
Cry.
Right. No, I stopped on what she said first. She said curbing. I was like, yeah, get all the boys and curb them. They started fucking acting up. Curb them. Oh, no. Not like in American History X.
Right.
Not welcome. Put your mouth on the curb, boy. We don't believe your toxic masculinity. Put your mouth on the curb. Because that is a different kind of aggression. And no, 100%. I'm with you. Like there's,
yeah,
but it's a fine line. That's the rub, man. Like if you go too far, it's like I'm almost so now into that like hippie commune of just like don't put your shit on your kids. Like let them exist. Like what do you want to eat this? Do you want to go to bed? Do you want to play with this person? Be a fucking person. Find your soul. Because when you see these weird like children in like a smaller like even charter schools are systemic, but if you look at like, oh, here's just like a bunch of hippie moms who like, we get together and do yoga in the park and let our kids run around and fucking throw shit at squirrels. Like, cool. Those kids are like, you're finding your own way. But if you're like, you can't do this, like, okay, well now this, I can't be doing this and this, and like, it changes any rules change dynamics. I just like, don't kill anyone. Don't fucking touch anyone unless they want it. Don't assault anyone. Don't threaten anyone. And like, fucking hammer down.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not as simple as that, John. You know, I don't want to make it like I'm naysaying shit, but at the same time, it's like, again, if you mind your own business, everyone just keeps their own self, then your whole society goes down because no one is helping out the community. But at the same time, if everyone's helping out the community all the time, then no one's working on themselves. Like it's this weird conglomeration of like, hey man, you kind of was like, can everyone fucking be human? Are you cool? I'm cool. Fucking be cool. All right? Fucking be cool. Jesus Christ. Ugh.
That's why you are equal AF.
A motherfucker. I will punch you in the fucking face if you do not coexist. So help me, right. God damn it. You will be hurting if you do not accept everyone else the way that we should.
You will coexist or I will make you coexist.
So help me! Exactly. Exactly, baby.
Exactly, baby. American History X, that's a fucking great movie. But you know, I agree with what you're saying with regards to like trying to teach young boys how to express their emotions in a healthy manner. But to be perfectly honest, it's a lot easier said than done. I mean, I myself have difficulty expressing my emotions. I see a counsellor, right. I take medication, and my 14-year-old, he has a lot of difficulty expressing his emotions. And how can I teach him
100%.
To do it if I can't do it myself?
100%.
And
100%.
So yeah, whereas it works in theory, but it's not like it's not a quick fix. Obviously, it's one of these things that's going to take generations and generations to get through, to start having a status quo, so to speak.
A status quo that we want to have, because we have a status quo right now, and we don't want it. And it's bro, it's just like, okay, so I worked at I worked at day camps and summer camps a majority of my life growing up until I was like 19, 20, like in summers and even in whatever. I was like tutoring and fucking, I was a nanny in college. And it's mainly because I had a skirt. It was like, you got legs for days. You want to be a nanny? It was like, God damn straight I do.
Great gams.
Right? But it's you there is no way to I had one of my best friends, JP, was an amazing. He worked with at a summer camp I worked at forever, and he got to like, okay, now you're going to be with the 16, 17, 18-year-olds in like, and his group kind of like notoriously in that summer kind of ran wild, like, and his thing was like, man, what am I going to tell him? Like, don't drink. I fucking drink. Don't do this. I do this. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. Like, I'm trying to better myself, but I'm not going to lie to him.
Right.
There has to be like, all right, so am I telling him like, oh, you can't do this until this time or this? And you have a very intellectual conversation with a minor. It's like, why? Because you drink and you do horrible shit. If I drink and I play games with my friends, it's better than what you do and you go drive and yell at your girlfriend. Like, whoa, kid. So, I mean, 100%, it's hard to, and especially like for me, I'm so glad that none of the kids I have I'm responsible for, that they're all under your name and sold for that beautiful Technicolor dream coat that I'm sending you in the mail for your birthday. It's going to be there. It's going to be beautiful. I just don't know how to truly raise a kid and be honest. Like, because the thing is, like, honesty is the best policy. Like, you can't be honest with a kid as a parent. Like, I'm a fuck up. Like, especially you look back at your parents, like I love my parents. They did the best job ever. But like, you're like looking back at 7 years old, like you had no idea what you were doing, did you? No fucking clue. Our lives were in danger. You had no clue. But like, they can't tell you that. Like, you try your best. Like, how can I? And I never doubted my parents wanted the best for me, but how could they guide me in that way when they couldn't do it themselves at that moment? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so this a huge systemic issue is the toxic masculinity and little boys not being able to express their emotions and using anger and physical violence to each other and little girls and teachers.
Yep. And
then there's the idea of like, okay, so we're going to have gender neutral playtime and different toys. And like, then you have, again, it's people who dads or grandpas or uncles or even mothers, aunts, grandmas were like, why are you playing with that Barbie, little boy? I'm like, well, why is it be a Barbie? Why can't it be just, these are toys.
Right.
And it's like, this is male, this is female,
those G.I. Joes are also dolls. You realize those are also dolls, right?
Right. And when you see the drama that I have unfolding, when Lady J sees that Roadblock has misunderstood the fucking paternity test, bum bum bum, G.I. Joe gets real interesting. Tell him, Swift Kick.
Bumblebee's going to make an appearance.
That's Transformers, John. Stay with the program. We're all G.I. Joe all the time.
I like Transformers. Okay, well, if you like what you're listening to now, there's more Two-Sided out there. We're on Instagram and Twitter, both of which at Two-Sided Pod, TWO Sided Pod. We're now live streaming each episode on our YouTube channel, which is Two-Sided Podcast. And we got a Gmail for anyone to suggest a topic or to request coming on to our Tuesday open chat stereo show. That's twosidedpod@gmail.com, TWO sidedpod@gmail.com. And finally,
gmail.com!
Podcasts have gone viral. You can listen to Two-Sided on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, and elsewhere by searching Two-Sided for podcasts. We'd love if you follow us on those platforms, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow us here on Stereo if you haven't done already. We thank you kindly.
And this is not the first time we... God damn it, John, I don't like when you say thank you kindly. I don't like it. I'm in the middle of a joke, and I had to stop myself because I hate it so much. I hate it worse than howdy. Like, that is one that is, you've had a whole day to think about it. We've had a lot of fun jokes, a lot of good pitter patter, let's get at her. But no, you're like, we thank you kindly.
We thank you kindly.
Because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness. Hold on to your hats and glasses, folks. This is not fucking Thunder Mountain, John. Jesus. H. Peacock.
It's like, why are you playing with Barbies, boy? You're like, that's not a Barbie. That's G.I. Joe. That's Action Man. That's a fucking bucket mouse from Mars.
Yep.
You had a job. Yep. You failed. See you later. And go fuck yourself.
And now we're going to have the Mighty Mouse G.I. Joe Transformer orgy. Because all is welcome here. Dad, stop playing with my toys. Sorry, kid. Okay. I'm trying to make all the toys inclusive. Sexy like. Real sexy like.
And that is going to bring us into our next.
God damn.
Lightning round.
Okay. Let me go get some boxes out of my closet and we'll open those and see what we can do. No? Should we drink more then instead? Should we do shots? John, stay with the program.
Let's do a
shot. Come on, John. Hold on, but my grandma sent me this sweater. Let me open it in front of the whole camera. Come on. All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go. Lightning round! Fuck yeah! We're gonna do some lightning! Woo!
This one is one of your favorites, one of mine. That's right, accented answers. So I'm going to ask Pete a question and give him an accent in which to answer that question, and the accent will help guide his answers.
And this is how John L. Peacock gets my boy Pete canceled. Perfect. You said one day it'll all come to fruition, and I guess this is where the rubber meets the road, John. Let's hammer down.
Right. Okay, so this first one is going to be Chicano of SoCal. And was
first off, I want to take offense by saying Chicano because you don't know me. Okay, go ahead. Go on. Hey, on.
Was Jim Jones a madman or marketing genius?
F. Listen here. Fucking Jim Jones? Hey. He said, hey, come over here, man. Everybody party down over here. And I said, You got to be one for yourself, one for your tribe. Onale. I think he was a fucking madman, I say. Fucking, you stay in fucking SoCal. You don't fucking go to the fucking southern, South America. Onale! South America! Onale!
Okay, I'll give it to you. The next one is in a British accent. And who... And this one, I believe you have more information than most because of your connections to the victims. Who do you personally think the Zodiac Killer was?
Now, John, I don't want to put anyone on the spot. I do think you need to realize that there could be a multitude of suspects, and I don't want to put anyone out to dry. But I do think that there was a plumber in the San Gabriel Valley who was quite suspicious. I don't know, fucking John. Right. Yep. Fuck you, man. We're talking about serial killers and accents. Let's go.
Let's
keep going.
Get you into your comfort zone. So this is an Australian accent. You can choose the region of Australia, and Mr. V will not judge you.
Fuck him if he does. Anyway.
Was Mao's cultural revolution really that cultural?
Was that, mate? You say fucking Mao? Hey, here's the deal about Mao, mate. It wasn't that cultural. Right? He should have had fucking medium strength beer, fucking eased up, fucking not fucking killed 70 million people. It's fucking crazy. You know what I mean? And it sounds like a drugger to me. It was all fucking tail out here, take him out of the outback and fucking talk him off, you know what I mean? Fucking, hey. Fuck him. How cultural. Fuck off, cut. Oh.
That's a rough one for me, too.
Finally, in a Russian accent, who would win in a chess match between Manson and Raniere?
Here's the thing. You come to me, we talk about chess. Yes? No. Chess is a game of tit for tat. Is come to me, I come to you, I check, you check, we all check, everything's good, right? No, Manson, very, very good, very personable. He lives in slum. It's like Siberia, but very warm, right? With horses. Nobody like Siberian horses. Now, however, now, Raniere, he lives in Connecticut. Very, very nice. It's still temperate climate. You go to Mexico, private jet, Seagram's fortune. You like Seagram's? Hey?
No.
Do you like Seagram's? It's very good. Yeah, it's very good. Not made from potatoes, but it's pretty good. So I would say Raniere, I think better, is very good. Most times in Mother Russia, Keith Raniere, fucking Queen you. No, nothing. I don't even know how to. It's checkmate. It's Keith Raniere. Fuck. Checkmate.
All right. Let's get to the first segment of the night.
Yep. No, very good. Hey, John, I will continue till I find the punchline until all the time. Continue final segment. I have punchline coming. Queen's Gambit, no problem. Your two-sided. No, sorry. I work on that. I make more notes. Go. Continue.
Maybe take a couple more of those green pills. That'll help. Look up at the ceiling.
I never watch show because in Mother Russia cable is always out. However, we have green pills. They're mainly Tylenol that have rotted. So I will take Tylenol and see what we have. Go. Ready. Go.
Our final segment of the night is Dionysus, the god Dionysus. Dionysus.
I'm a one god man, John. I don't know what you're talking about.
You like Allfather?
My God is Alanis Morissette. She's beautiful and all-knowing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Every time she hits that high note, my brain blows up.
Well, I mean, as it should, because isn't that ironic? Don't you think, John? Don't you think?
Also known as Bacchus or Liber Pater. This is the god of fruitfulness, vegetation,
wine,
known as
theater.
The god wine, theater, and ecstasy.
No, you have not done theater well enough or drank enough to realize ecstasy, John. You are merely a patron in the lobby of what me and Bacchus bring to the table. Because I know about Bacchus. I've used this as many a joke. I don't say Dionysus, I say Bacchus. So This is a punchline for me. So continue. I will insert where I need to, where I can.
Dionysus was the son of Zeus and Semele, daughter of Cadmus, the king of Thebes. Hera, out of jealousy, forced Zeus to come to the pregnant Semele to prove her lover's divinity by requesting that he appeared as a real person. When he did, he just shot her with lightning bolts and killed her instantly because, you know, a god and mortal presence don't do well. But he saved Dionysus by sewing him into his thigh.
Right. And then took him away anyway, because he had not gone back to Greece yet. So, here's a note. All right, everybody. Great show tonight. Let's pretend the show's over. Ready? Great show tonight. Everybody take a knee. Here's some notes. Let's all talk about maybe instead of reading in our horrible way that we both look at things and cannot read, we learn what we're talking about and we just talk about it like human beings. Instead of like, today, Junior, maybe that. All right. Good show, everybody. Let's get it again next time. And we're back. 3, 2, 1, go. And go.
Don't worry, we'll edit that out.
Oh, it's going in, baby. It's fucking going in. That's on fucking Spotify. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee.
So he created the temple of Bacchia. This was a huge cult that was very quickly converting many women. There was a festival called Orgia, and men did not like these festivals and didn't really like Dionysus so much, and so his cults were met with a lot of hostility from men, though widely embraced by women.
Okay. Because you're talking about as a real person, he had his festivals. He
the god
did his things.
Yeah. And
right.
The followers of this god.
The followers had the festival for the god. The men liked it, the women didn't. John, you're an English major. You're a thespian. I need you to use your words appropriately and a conservation of them. Like.
Okay, so notwithstanding the husband's anger, the women would run into the forest at night shouting, "Ee!"
I'm going to go on a limb and say they sounded nothing like that. If they were ginger and puffy and unfortunate, like maybe they would sound like that. However, I think the majority of the women running from their husbands to the forest to see Bacchus were more sounding like, ooh, wee.
There you go.
Ooh, 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 wee. Ooh, wee. Ooh, wee. Ooh. No, that wasn't it. No, that one was the cat call. And then all the cattle come a running. I get That's my right. Bacchus and my cattle calls mixed up. Go.
They had wands that were made of fennel that were bound by grape leaves and tipped with ivy. And this was a big, specifically Dionysus relic that they would use to pronounce themselves as daughters of Bacchus.
Ivy and fennel. No, say Dionysus. Like you do
Dionysus.
you, I'll do me.
So yeah, it was fennel sticks bound with grape leaves and topped with ivy, and that was their wands. And they would run out going "Ee-wee!" With the again, John. I feel like you're misrepresenting all the witches who had their fennel wrapped with grape leaves, topped with ivy, and what they were actually saying when they ran from the forest in exultation with said wands made Bacchus image or Dionysus inspiration, if you will. I believe it was more or I heard Judy down on the left said but
from all the ladies I talked to from the tribe, none of them mentioned any sounds that have come out of your mouth the twice you've tried to repeat them. However, I will listen more.
Their festivals were almost always accompanied by the rhythm of the double pipe and the timpanan, which is the handheld drum.
Like a timpani, yeah. A bigger
exactly.
handheld timpani, yeah.
Yep. And while they were under the inspiration of God, of Dionysus, the Bacchantes were believed to possess occult powers to the ability of charming snakes, suckling animals. I'm not joking. Being able to suckle animals, as well as preternatural strength, and they can tear living victims to pieces before they feast.
I have teats, Dionysus. Can you suckle me?
Under Dionysus' influence, yes. The answer is yes.
Okay, Bacchus, then line up. We all have teats. We're all going to be suckled. Hope you got your night free.
Dionysus also had the power to inspire and to create ecstasy. And this cult had special importance for art and literature, in which the ecstasy would come out. So performance of tragedy and comedies in Athens were a part of the two festivals of Dionysus. And it was really the spurring start of theater as we in the Western cultures know it today.
No, he started doing all sort like once it catches on and once like, hey, this is how Burning Man started in Greece. This is how like, hey man, where's your fucking good time? You guys like theater? You like drinks? All right. You want to get fucked up and hang out and be like, perfect. Yeah, because his wine, the whole thing about wine was that it could ease the suffering and bring joy and inspire divine madness. That is one of the ones I remember about the whole. You say Dionysus. As soon as I saw Dionysus, I thought, oh no, Bacchus. Like that is what I know, and I know like, oh no, it's ease suffering, bring joy, and inspire divine madness. That is. I have a jacket. It's leather bound. It's beautiful. It has a thing, but it says that on the back. It's like, welcome to the party, bitches, Bacchus style.
Right.
So I'm down with those, but everything else, no.
Well, and that's what you were saying was, spiritual. What was it? The joy and how did you phrase it?
But the fucking was it fuck. So wine can ease suffering, bring joy, inspire divine madness.
Divine madness. That's the ecstasy that we're talking about.
Ease suffering, bring joy, inspire divine madness. It's like I always forget. It's like I feel like the end goal of the two-sided-pod@gmail.com. If you like what you're hearing, and smash that subscribe button, hit that alert button, because we're trying to inspire divine madness.
That's right.
We're bringing joy, we're easing suffering, but we're bringing those smiles, those down under dials. Don't talk about it, be about it. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, just don't tell the cops. All right, back to you, John.
In Roman literature, the nature of Dionysus is often misunderstood, and he is simplistically portrayed as the jolly Bacchus who is invoked at drinking parties.
Okay, and that's the thing. That's the misnomer. Like, I'm not trying to slow you down. I know you probably have a schedule, John. I don't even know what it is. But, yeah, Bacchus was the drunk guy at parties Have you ever met a professional drunk in your life who was not dangerous as fuck when they got drunk?
No,
It's the
no,
god. It's the god of being drunk in public. Yeah. I bet you $1 million he put hands on people like 4 times a night.
Yeah.
Bacchus rules! Bang! He's like, nobody saw that? Ain't nobody here? Ain't nobody seen nothing about here? All right, boys, get back here, wee little lads. Bacchus out. Fuck off, you fucking cunts.
Wow. Just dipping from Scotland right on down.
We have no barriers on the equators. We all sides of every line.
All roads lead to Australia.
All roads lead to Australia. That is going to be our 3rd T-shirt. You can find it on our merch site. If you email us at twosidedpod@gmail.com, that's twosidedpod@gmail.com. We'll give you a whole list of our merch. But our 3rd shirt is All Roads Lead to Australia, and it's a bunch of whining shit that goes nowhere around the whole shirt, just like Australia.
That's right.
I'm ready for you.
So the wildness that would be associated with Dionysus got so big that in 186 BC, the celebration of Bacchanalia was prohibited in Italy. They got rid of it. They couldn't stand it anymore. It's too crazy.
Oh, dude. I remember the last time I had the Bacchanalia party, and it was like 184. Like, it was 2 years before they banned it.
Yeah.
It was crazy. All the ladies were kicking their sandals off. All the dudes didn't even fucking wash their feet before they came in the door. It was
madmen. They were.
It was all right. It was like, whoa, bro, you can't even. This is crazy. You're not even here. You look at you. You're dancing with dirty feet. These ladies have no sandals. Crazy. Okay, let's go party more times. And that was in 184. And after that, I was like, this party too much for me. I'm out. I cannot even party anymore. And so I didn't know what happened after that. So you're saying it got ixnayed on the
you got canned. You got banned, bro.
Bacchus party, eh?
Wow. Italy said no. Fuck you.
I'm so glad I got it in when I did. Whew. All right. I'll show you the pictures. They'll be on our website, twosidedpod@gmail.com. John, what else happened after 186?
So the followers of Dionysus included the spirits of fertility, such as satyrs or Selene, and in the rituals, the phallus was extremely prominent. This has been a running motif throughout the centuries.
Folks, is this thing on? Okay, the phallus was prominent. All right, so I flew in today, and boy, did I have some drag, because this phallus is prominent. All right, Dionysus out. Cheers, mate. Come on, man. Can we do a shot at that? I feel like that was.
Yes, we can.
I feel like that was. I feel like working hard all night. I've been doing my due diligence. I've been taking notes. I'm a learned man. I'm calling upon my forefathers and all their knowledge. I've seen the past, and I don't want to go back there. I want to go forward in this party, John. Let's do a shot. Mr. V, Zippy, I kind of think you're both dead in a ditch. Your phones are still on, but I hope you're here. If you are, clap or throw a snowball, or get the clap, or do a snowball. All right, cheers.
Oi. Cheers, guys. Thanks for sticking with us.
Oh, shit. That was... Okay, go. Oh, they're alive. All right. That's okay, go. John, quick. Dionysus party.
Dionysus often took the bestial shape and was associated with various animals. His personal attributes were an ivory wreath, as we talked about, the cantharos, which was a large two-handed goblet because you couldn't get enough, and so it was the big one.
It was the fishbowl in Florida. It was like, you have to have four people to drink this cocktail. It's $58, but it's 400 proof, and it will make sure you go to jail. It comes with bail money if you buy 4. Yeah. Welcome to the U.S. Anything
but you only get
that?
straws in 3 because you're at a drive-thru.
Exactly. Well, I gotta fucking drive. I can't hold this. That's why I got the Florida Mariner. It's a beautiful car made just specifically for its giant cup holders to hold fucking giant drinks.
So this Cantheros, since I learned about it, I see those huge fish bowls. Like even at like Applebee's, they're like, "Do you want your cocktail regular or fishbowl size?" And now it's like, "Oh, this is what 3,000 year tradition that I thought was something that was made up by people in Florida and Applebee's."
Right? No, exactly. But in 184, like we crazied it up. Like they were bigger than they have now. Every time all my crew from 184 go in, like these aren't even big fish bowls. Like you have to go to New Orleans or Vegas to get a big fish bowl.
That's right.
Everything other than that is bullshit. It's all bullshit.
So, in early Greek art, Dionysus was represented as a bearded man, but then they realized that might be a little too, what's the word, creepy. So in later literature, he's portrayed as youthful and effeminate.
Again, twosidedpod@gmail.com. Bearded and creepy or youthful and effeminate @gmail.com. You set him up, I'll knock him down, baby. I got all night. I got nowhere to go.
And a last thing, if you go and see art of that time, especially vases, Bacchic revels were a favorite subject of vase painters. And so you'll see a lot of scenes of people drinking it up, having the party, seeing the phallic.
He has a red nose. Like he's that was one of the things in the vases. There's a lot of red nose, like woo.
Right.
John, it reminds me of your hair and your shirt. You should never wear red. Anyone who's
Neil Young. I mean, you got to represent Neil Young.
Didn't ask who it was. I'm just saying your skin tone, your hair color. Anyone who's watching us are in our links in our profiles, our YouTube live. We're going YouTube live right now. You can see how John's shirt washes his hair and his face out worse than the background of his sanatorium background. It's like you guys remember where the Joker was in Arkham Asylum? Remember Sandman? So John has rented a cell to do the two-sided pod from Arkham. He said, "Can you put a clock and a weird lamp and some books?" They said, "Yes, we can." And I mean, the rent is cheap. We still don't have a PO box, but you can talk about it at twosidedpod@gmail.com.
So to round this out, because of the cult of Dionysus, we have ritual, we have theater, and the combination of wine or other booze with art embedded into most, if not all, Western cultures.
No, it truly is. Like it truly is. Like I beg you to go to any theater or any movie theater without getting cocktails, without getting a spirit, imbibe something. And if there is like, oh, you're going to a shit theater in a weird part of town, okay, I dare you to not have cocktails before or smoke a bowl in the car on the way there, joint. Like everyone's like, you're imbibing something. Let's embrace Bacchus style. Dionysus called.
before the pandemic, I would go to gallery openings because I always knew that there would be free wine and cheese.
Yeah, but there's so many good jokes here. What do I go with? No, I don't belittle you. I just like, yeah, free wine and cheese. It's like a homeless shelter for rich people. It's like a soup kitchen for the class. It's oh shit, you like this gallery opening? You should come with me tomorrow morning to this open house. They're gonna have little cookies and maybe some hot chocolate.
It's gonna be lit.
You can eat every day. And this is how John and I have lived homeless. Okay, we're not homeless, but we have truly, I mean, we are men of talent and renowned. And we're both trust fund babies. I mean, they're not ours, and no one funds us and no one trusts us. But
the title still applies.
It still applies. It's on a business card. You can't look. It's embossed. It's a nice thick paper. I'm just saying. We've lived on the edge and we know how to get by. Like, ooh, Daddy needs some dairy. Daddy's gonna go get to a fucking. Ooh, look at this art. That's bullshit. Here's some wine. I'm gonna fill my pockets with cheese and walk out with two glasses. Yeah. And also, I'm going to stop calling myself daddy in public out loud. Perfect. That'll probably let me in the next door a lot more inconspicuously.
Listen, I'm not saying it's the best thing to do, but if you're going to do it, just make sure to bring napkins that don't bleed too much and a coffee or a tea holder, because then you can pour all the wine into the cup, and that you can get like 2 or 3 glasses easily. And the napkins, so they don't like smash the cheese into your pockets, so you can actually separate the cheese. See?
Right.
Little tricks of the trade. Trade.
Be a gentleman. That's the thing. It's like,
gentleman.
Right? When you go dumpster diving, all the good stuff's at the bottom. No one knows that it marinates. And that's what you need to know. Put your pocket cheese on the floor and then jump in the dumpster to get those accoutrements that will finish the dish. Thanks, Gordon Ramsay. I am too.
So I got my MFA in creative writing. We literally had wine in class that our teacher would bring because, you got to have wine with poetry.
What kind of an education system are we running here, John?
Upper education.
No, this is not upper. This is ridiculous education. Like, here, come to college and pay this much money and we will feed you wine and stroke your ego. No, fine. And everyone, when you like it, have another glass and snap at me. Snap.
Snap at me.
Ridiculous. Ugh, fucking shit. Okay, go. Ugh.
We got Mr. V.
Oi!
Yeah, it comes with bail money if you buy 4, but you have to drink all 4 in 40 minutes.
Right? Exactly. That's what I used to say when I would I'm going to hang out with a couple buddies in the valley, and I would pick a bottle of Jack, because that was back when I was drinking whiskey before I realized what whiskey did to me. I don't do whiskey. Whiskey's a fighting drink. Tequila's a shirt taken off drink. Rum is just being a good citizen of the world. I feel I sense my inner pirate, but not like a pirate, almost like a bit like a, what is it? Billy Joel, the Downeaster, Alexa, or maybe like the Highwayman with I'm a pirate on a eastern course I ride.
Steel saber by my side.
Right, no, but I was like, what is That's a great song, John. We need to.
And I'll be back again.
No,
and
no,
again,
no, no,
and again.
no, 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 no. You need to stop trying to say the song's wrong. I'm just trying to say the fucking ocean verse, but we need to get on Anchor, and you need to give me your password for Spotify. I listen to fucking Whiskey on
Stereo, Station Head,
but you haven't given me your password, so I don't have unlimited Spotify.
So it's just a whole lot of blank time.
No, it's all the blank time. It's all the blank time. And apparently, Zippy and Whiskey's show is not at 1 anymore. It's 2. Apparently, they had a time change, or they had a fucking disagreement. I have an alarm set, and at 1 o'clock, I'm like, where are they? I go searching for them as I'm working, and I was like, you know what? Suture this up. I have to go search for a thing.
Shout out to Lost and Found, a great show on Stereo. You should check it out.
Hell yeah! Because the facts were like, no fucking way, and I looked at it. Yes, it is. So good.
So we got sources for this episode of Two Sided have been for the serious. Got a bit. Britannica.com, JCPE.tv, top 10 most evil dictators of all time in order of kill count. The Washington Post, Rolling Stone, CBS News, Psychology Today, a little bit of Wikipedia, very little. I try to use as little as that. I'm trying to move away from that terrible source, but I did have a couple of names that I wanted in there. And then for the fun, Britannica.com. Shout out Britannica.
You started with Britannica, you ended with Britannica. I feel like you're bookending all of your things with Britannica. Are you selling Britannica door to door?
So Britannica is an actual encyclopedia that is not Wikipedia and cannot be changed and therefore falsified. And so I've been moving away in the sources that I've been wanting that immediately go to Wikipedia. I then try to find the Britannica version. And so 100%. For Dionysus, there's an article on Dionysus from Britannica.com that was just beautiful, and that was my one source. And then just talking, because we're both theater kids, so we know we know
right. But you did both. You bookended.
Yeah,
you said
for the serious,
fun and the serious.
Yeah, so for the serious, it was serial killer. Again, I'm literally regurgitating what you said. You don't need to regurgitate it again. You started with like, my sources were Britannica for the serious, blah 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 blah, blah and the fun, blah blah blah, Britannica. Right? You bookended it, and that is what the terminology. Because we're both theater kids, we both like Bacchus. Blah blah blah. Bookending, yes or no? Oh yes.
Okay, Your Honor, I'd like to treat John L. Peacock as a fucking hostile witness if this shit doesn't change.
And as you do, my boy Pete, is there anything from this episode that you'd like to take a second look, a second glance, a second opinion of?
So
Pete's Fashion Corner.
I'm in the middle of trying to take a second look at your ass, but I want to listen to this because
Yeah, so with regards to Wikipedia, you do realize that once somebody edits Wikipedia, it gets a little flag next to it in subscript, which says citation needed.
Needs source.
Which means their fact checkers from Wikipedia will then go research it and ensure that the information that has been added is correct. So unless there's citation needed, it's usually pretty accurate. And I think it's just foolish that teachers and higher learning places don't allow Wikipedia as at least a minor form of, valuable research. Because majority of the stuff on Wikipedia is also cited on other websites. Well, they cite other references.
Right.
I would like to cite one of the most attributed minds and respected figures on this subject.
in my reply to that comment. I believe it was my boy Pete who previously said, "Man, are you fucking crazy? What the I'm gonna what the It was a beautiful quote. John, if you would have ended the show there, you would have been a brilliant fucking tactician, and you didn't. And now all is lost. We are fucking sail at sea. No, but I feel like the thing is, Mr. V wants to have us edit his Wikipedia page. And if he doesn't have one, motherfucker, you're getting one now. Guess who has a Wikipedia page? Mr. V. Because it ain't fact checked. Mr. V.
Citation needed.
Citation granted. Yeah, dishes are done, bro.
You know, I am actually a little bit annoyed with you guys. I mean, I wrote you a beautiful song for you, like a beautiful theme song, and you won't even play it. I'm kind of hurt. You know, I'm just kind of hurt.
I saw it, but it didn't have the one without the music until recently. I haven't been able to download it and get it all set up. So that is my own inabilities. That's what that is.
Do you have anything right now on the computer of anything that sounds awful and you can put up, because the majority of your shit, like your didgeridoo, sounds awful? Can you just play something right now that's saved on the computer right now on a stereo speaker? Can you play anything? Just to let him know
right now, but pretty soon, yeah.
And like, maybe
do you want to finish your Pete's Retraction Corner, or are you just going to let that one go?
John, we were talking about a lot of things. I have nothing to goddamn let go. I'm hoping you understand that when I'm in the middle of a fucking feedback sesh for you, bro, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to retract. I'm not going to back up. No, thank you. No. And that is my fucking temper just flaring up, baby. You hear that? I play all the fucking styles around here. Also, we're gonna do a fundraiser for the twosidedpod@gmail.com for John's headphones, because they're not good, because there's a lot of noise there. But however,
wait, be quiet.
I'm not going to back up.
Oh, never mind. No, this is going to be horrible. I can't do it. No, because the way things are set up, I just can't do it.
Okay, am I good to talk again?
Yeah, you're good to talk again.
Okay,
that's just not going to work. Just not going to work. Sorry, Mr. Green.
No problem. But did you guys hear? I sounded pretty good right there. Like that was pretty good. You guys, I heard a lot of background. All right, my retraction corner. My retraction corner is not going hard enough in the paint. My retraction corner is John gives me space. He fucking takes a step back when we get down in the key. And he's like, you want to do some weird shit? And fucking like, ah! He's like, I'm not going to foul you. Takes one step back. I'm like, my retraction is that it didn't go hard enough every time, because I realize that this is, we're not informing anyone, John. What I realize is we're not informing anyone of anything. We're simply entertaining. And if we're doing the straight man, my boy Pete man,
I gotta go deep in the paint, man. Like I get there halfway through, it's like, come on. I start the show a little like emotionally I'm not with it. I don't want to be here looking at a ginger for the next 2 hours in a goddamn cellar. All is not well in my mental health state. But I realize all the cathartic features of the show slowly come out. And like they bring out the joy. It's not good. It's not pleasant for everyone. It doesn't mean everyone's going to enjoy it, but it means I'm having a good fucking time.
That's right.
And I feel like until someone pays me, like Casper Mattress. Have you ever slept in a bad mattress that hasn't been everything? And also, Lucy Nicotine. Come on. Also, Pete's Track Corner.
Hey, John, did you borrow my headphones, mate? Is that where they've gone? Can't fucking find them, eh?
God damn it. I knew you two were in cahoots. And I offended Aussie Dave enough that I drew him off the fucking dial, and now you and John are against me. Fuck, shit, fuck! Zippy, I need you on my side.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We have our open chat show on stereo every Tuesday, same start time as tonight. So if you want to join us or you want to throw some topics out there for our Two-Sided Pod show, email us at twosidedpod@gmail.com. That's TWO-sidedpod@gmail.com. And remember to join us in the green room right now. It's supposed to happen in like 2 seconds, but Mr. V keeps on doing things. But for our after show wind down, let's see what Mr. V has to say, and then I'm going to say goodnight.
You're going to what? You're going to turn it.
Where is Aussie Dave? I haven't seen him like forever.
No, he's dead to me. He's a parcel in the wind, is what we call.
That's a wrap for tonight. I'm John L. Peacock out in Brooklyn, New York.
And I'm my boy Pete. And I'm tired of your shit, John.
And this was our show. Join us again live next and every Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, as we talk about the two sides of life, the fun and the serious, here on Two-Sided. I love you, Pete.
You better, John. You know it's good for you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa! I thought you had worked all this up to do our ending theme song, because this is where we do our Mr. V theme song. Hashtag Mr. V theme song ending here. I'm out.
And every Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, as we talk about the two sides of life, the fun